Alrighty, we have a daily recap for Tuesday, August 4th, and as you can see, quite the bullish day today. We cleared this set of daily equal highs, this daily high here, and now we're approaching this next daily equal high stack here, and we still have some time in the day. Maybe we go get that. Overall, I mean, this is part of maybe the cleanest move that we're going to get this year, I would say, where we've been kind of spending months building this low resistance liquidity here, right, all along here. Tap the monthly internal here, right? If I quickly zoom out into this monthly internal, we go, right? And then from there, it's just straight gas, man. And I mean, this is not a new thing, right? I think generally speaking, if we retrace to a monthly internal somewhere, right here, boom, I don't know, here, boom, here down into this one even, boom, retrace, boom, retrace, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like monthly gaps, retrace into a monthly gap, boom. You know what's happening, bro. Like, I've been trading for a while now, and this is one of the patterns on the indices that definitely has been very consistent throughout the years, where if we ever get a high time frame bearish retracement to monthly gaps, and then we get a daily SMT, in this case, I'm pretty sure this is a monthly consecutive candle SMT, and a monthly SMT in general here at this monthly gap. If we get a high time frame SMT in a high time frame like monthly key level, bro, it's wraps. And then this is what the daily candles will look like. So that being said, we can drop down to the 1 hour, and we'll just kind of see. Today, basically the New York session is we open at 9:30 and we rip 700 points. And overnight we had a bullish Asia session. Right here in Asia, we start with a little retrace, then we get an hourly propulsion block down here, which holds price higher. Then London consolidates inside of this hourly gap, price runs higher, and then as we're approaching the 9:30 open, we have an hourly consecutive candle SMT here with ES, where ES had tapped this hourly gap and after 9 a.m., right? And obviously NQ had not. But overall, we just had these super bullish signatures of every session kind of just pushing on, and we've had that basically ever since this retrace on Monday. And today, I very much, with these targets in mind, and these targets in mind, first and foremost, right, these daily equal highs up here that we were close to going into the open. With these in mind, I very much came into today with one thing in mind, which is find a long, take a long. And yeah, that's what I did. Honestly, I mean, if we drop down to the 5-minute real quick, right, and we see here pre 9:30, we're kind of consolidating, and we have this hourly consecutive at 9 a.m. down here, and we displace past this 5-minute breaker. I get on the charts 9:15, and I see this, and I'm right away, right, like, to me, I mean, this is basically kind of the setup I look for with my model, except it's, hourly to M5 alignment instead of 50-minute to M1 alignment, and it's obviously not in any macro, even though the close above here actually was in the macro. Fun fact, 905, 850 macro. And I set my limit at the breaker, right? And I said, okay, let's give it a shot, 5-minute. I think we're just going to get a bullish open, and if we get tapped in, we're going to reap the benefits of a bullish open, and if not, we get a retrace and then we re-long. Now, in fact, I didn't even long the breaker because the MNQ limits were kind of iffy, but I longed this fair value gap, and as you can see, 30 points on the stop loss. So 60 risk per MNQ contract. I took 2, a slight little 120 risk. I wish I took 3, but you know, that's hindsight. And yeah, first target, daily equal highs. I wanted to hold this, and it took about, let me just quickly transpose the 1 minute. We got tapped in 9:30, and at 9:33, whoops, yeah, 9:33, we had hit the 5R target. Now, in this quick 5R hit and my super bullish expectations, I made a little decision. And since I had 2 contracts, I only took 1 off. So 1 off at 5R. And I perched up and I said, what can I target? First thing that comes to mind, these daily equal highs up here, right? And I'm thinking, okay, do I really think we're going to do that today? And I was here and it's like, ugh, that's 700 more points. I said, maybe not. So I said, all right, I'm just going to trail my stop as we go higher. And then if I eventually get stopped out on a trailed stop, that's cool. So we ended up at 18.75R stopped out right here on this 113.20 candle, I believe. I can not prove, but yeah, it was stopped out actually slightly higher. And my stop loss here at this short-term low, and I was stopped out here at 13.20, which, you know, by two or three ticks, and then from there we've now ran another 150 points. So that was even unfortunate, but almost 19R on that. Now I would be at about 23-ish and a run into daily equal highs up here, which, you know, is still possible, would have been 29R. Bro, I've never even come close to anything like that. You could argue I trailed my stop a little aggressive, but once we hit this 4 hour, ooh, now it's laggy. Jesus Christ, the recording is laggy. All right, let me just quickly refresh this. Maybe that does something. Definitely did not. Damn. Oh my god. Really gonna ruin my friggin' recording? Okay, I know I fixed this somehow mid-recording last time, where I think I like pull this window to my other thing. And then maybe I pull this window over there as well. And we just give it a second here to re-up itself. And then we pull this window back. Oh my god, that actually worked. And then pull the second window back. So basically, to sum that up, since I'm already just going into this trade that I took, this was on the Lucid accounts. Took 1 off at 5R, 1 off at about 19 when my trailed stop got hit. And like throughout the times, like I initially trailed my stop somewhere here when we hit the 5R, right? I'm just gonna kind of go through this. Then when we got that push higher, I had my stop, I think, here, sometime here. Then when we closed above here, above this propulsion block, I put my stop here. When we closed above here, I put my stop here. When we ran above here, I put my stop here. When we ran above here, I put my stop here. When we ran above here, I put my stop here. When we ran above here, I put my stop here. Then I put my stop here. And then I got a super aggressive stop trail here when we hit this 4 hour high, because I was just kind of like content. And the last thing I wanted was a bigger retrace. And I ended up getting stopped out, and maybe even that was too aggressive. And I should have been aware that there's a good chance we're actually going to end up running these equal highs, but I don't think I want to complain about this. Now let's quickly sidebar into the main model. So at 950 macro, we're just straight running higher, nothing to do. 1050 macro, we're just straight running higher, nothing to do. 1150 macro, we even have a little retrace, but there was no setup. And basically the same goes for everything else. So Yeah, unfortunate because I was very locked in. I would have just longed anything, basically. But like, even the one long that there was technically, which is this one, right, like this breaker here, would have actually lost. But I think there was no SMT to take that or so. And then yeah, just PM also kind of fizzles out with no setups. So no trades on the tops of accounts, but you know, a 19R trade with that one con. So I think the trade totals about 10-ish R, maybe like 12 if I take into account this partial and then this partial, basically. Man, if I had taken this on 3 micros and then held 2, yeah. So let's swipe over here. But this entry looks fucked. Like, let me jump to a 1 minute, man. Look at this. Talk about a bottom tick, huh? Bing. 297 on the first con. 1,126 on the second one. 1,400 on the day. The accounts are now at 51.5. So, yeah, a big day, man. Yeah, I mean, this is like my best trade ever, so to speak, right? Because this is on an Express account. And yeah, I mean, pretty good stuff. Again, I think I'm very much liking this kind of discretionary freedom, where essentially what I did was employ my 1 minute or 50-minute to 1 minute model just on an hourly to 5-minute basis, and just had the, basically I was risking the profits above 50K, right? I was only risking like 120 and the accounts were sitting at 5,100, like 50,100 something. So it's like, even had I lost this trade, I'd still be at 50K balance. And I just had like the confidence from those last couple days where I've also taken great trades to do that. And also I think the right, and here you can see that the limit that I had set for my TP, which is now slowly approaching actually, but which is 30,094, which is that high time frame buy side on the daily, which I ended up canceling. But you can see here it canceled 56. I'm sure this is just every single stop I trailed as we were going. So yeah, that's basically that. Yeah, crazy day from that perspective, right? Like, I've never had a 1,500 profit per account with my real model, like with my main model. And again, like the same thing I said yesterday, where like I was talking about, look at that. And then if we zoom back, we're now 330 here, and then 385 and 1420 here. But like I was talking about, yeah, just the freedom this gives me to not have to feel like I'm missing the move when I have an opinion on where price wants to go, and just giving me an outlet to kind of to take those has just been a blessing so far. And I think also there's some luck lining up with like getting these accounts and getting these big days. But to be honest, I also passed this account off kind of big days back when we were, bearish. Like I took some great shorts on the account to pass those fundeds. And now at this point, we're taking longs. Also, one thing I wanted to point back, bro, the setup I missed yesterday actually bottom ticked Asia. Like, if you remember, this was the 1 minute setup that I missed yesterday, or not I missed, but that didn't give a fill yesterday, where we then displaced higher, that I could have taken on both accounts too to get a cheeky little win. Bro, look at this. If I had forgotten the limit, next day Asia, bottom tick the whole daily range, right? Like, bro, this is ridiculous. How many points is, oh, it's lagging again. How many points is this? Fuck. Okay, it's not quite accurate, but 1,000 points, which I'm sure is like 50, 60 R. Okay, so it's lagging again, and I can't be asked with this. So I'm just gonna quickly slide all the windows over, and you're gonna look at the background for the last second of the app. But yeah, that is all I can say. Insane setup here, and I'm gonna have to start a Notion journal now for my Lucid trades, because I gotta keep track of them long term. Now, obviously, I think with today's trade, we've kind of given ourselves some breathing room on this model, or like this discretionary trading, where it's like, you know, we're now up quite a few R this month already. You know, 380 yesterday, 14, so like 18 R on the month, and we're 2 days in. So yeah, that's a good start. But yeah, again, like frustrating day when it comes to the main model, where the drawn liquidity is so obvious, just long anything, and there's still no setup. But hey, we move. Great start to the week and the month on the Lucid accounts. So yeah, as I mentioned, this is by far my biggest day ever. About 6K right over those 4 accounts, and it is on funded accounts, so it's like actually real in that sense, somewhat real, like not really real, but like, you know, I don't really like to think about it like that, but just a decent trade. And honestly, I'm so much less emotional on these Lucid accounts. Like on the top step accounts, bro, I'm shitting my pants sometimes in these 2R fucking grinder trades. And on these Lucid accounts, I'm just like, you know, pop the limit, trail break even after we get a few R, and then see what happens. Target some nice liquidity. Chill out. Vibe. Walk away. Don't care. And yeah, man. It should be the other way around. Like, I should be fucking chilling on the top step accounts because they're already paid for by the payout I got. But it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. But maybe having this outlet also lets me kind of fall back on my macro model trades in a more balanced way, where I'm like I care less because the other thing's working so well. You know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, we're going to keep chipping away, and yeah, man, if we keep taking trades like this, that's awesome. I mean, it's not every day you have a super strong intuition on where price is going to go, and it just ends up doing exactly that, and it's like 700 points of it. Now I brought it back, and it's not lagging, so that's great. But yeah, that's not every day, but it was today, and there are days like this where my intuition is great. So kind of being able to even just like think about it, bro. I only risk 120 on the day, and I've made 1,400. So let me just quickly get the calc out to confirm how much of a goat I am for that. 1,400 divided by 120, 11.5 R on the day. So thumbs up.